From soldier to board gamer to YouTuber, this is Board Game Off, so welcome back. This is Circle 3, the Chronicle phase of Dante Inferno. We have Cerberus here that we are going to battle. Once again, this is a sponsored playthrough, and this is all prototype, so everything is subject to change. However, this is the latest version here, and I mean, who doesn't like... this is prototype still, but that is just an awesome looking mean Cerberus there. Let's go ahead and jump into the story here. Cerberus the Guardian. A roar silences the crowd. The damned souls know very well what accomplishes the thunder of the three maws, and they cower in terror. Cerberus is both the jailer and the foreman, and there is not a soul that there has not been flayed by him. The red eyes and salivating mouth still bear the appearance of the most feared hound in mythology. However, the blood running down his back shows that the beast is injured, his body and pride. Behold! Apicius, the master of the ceremony, appears on the stand. The guardian of the third circle! For a long time he barked and tore our skins with his devilish claws. But the last judgment has arrived. Come! Rise from the mud and claim the meat that was stolen from you. Let the feast begin. The crowd goes wild. Ah! Wow! Excited, the gluttons, always famished, stagger towards you and the creature with bared teeth. They know that in the arena there are only killers or mills. You have to discover which of them you are. Dun dun dun. Wounded, Cerberus is more aggressive than ever. Prepare your table for the confrontation by following the instructions below. Set up the battle scene, which we did. Take his malefactor status card, which we did there. Shuffle the offered arcana cards, which we did not have any. Shuffle the confrontation event cards numbered 0 to 12, which are those Knights of Order. Place them in a pile on the second space. Shuffle the confrontation event cards number 3 through 6, which are the gluttons there. Place them in a pile in the third space, then take the confrontation card 7 and place it in the same way at the bottom of this deck, which we did. Shuffle the champion's fierceness markers and randomly place them on the fierceness track, which we did there. Take the defeat Cerberus objective card and place them on the spaces in the confrontation objective section of the board, and read the special rules oversize and minions. This is the standard preparation. If the caravan has arrived in time, which if you remember we do have, I actually already put it away, but we do have the arrive in time card, so we will read scene arrived in time on page 83, and then we'll read those special rules. Arrived in time. The artist and the outlaw are the first to reach Dante. He is tied with such skill that untying all the knots in the poet's hand and feet is not easy, even for her. Poet, listen to me. The rebel speaks as he cuts the ties. We will not be able to get you out of here now. Try and stay from the beast. Try and stay away from the beast. Leave the monster slaughtered to us. A plan that leaves the Florentine agitated. Wait, no! He spits the gag that covered his mouth. The hound is a sentinel and must not be slaughtered. Only he is capable of restoring order and imposing the divine arrangement in this circle once again. Do as Virgil did, that he brought me here. When the opportunity arises, throw a muddy snowball down one of the throats and the monster will calm down. For a moment that lasted no longer than a snap of his finger, the outlaw wanted to gag the poet again. At the start of each malefactor's turn, before anything else, the fiercest champion can make Dante move 1 with climb. Okay, so that's what the card initially had told us to do. Take the Taming Cerberus confrontation objective card. From now on, you can achieve victory in this confrontation through a second way. Each of them leads to a different narrative outcome. You may start the confrontation. The first round begins with the caravan's turn from the cleanup step. Yeah, and all that is. And then if we die, if one of our heroes are killed. And additionally, if Cerberus steps into the area where Dante is, he defeats him and the confrontation ends in failure. Which is why that move 1 is going to come in handy. Alright, so the oversized rule basically is saying that he occupies all the space, not just that central space. So to be adjacent to him to attack for melee attacks, you just have to be in one of those small areas adjacent to his area. Also, he's oversized, so his head and back are actually at level 1, where his paws are actually at ground level. So this small pillar and his back are actually at the same level. So climbing up and down him is just like climbing up and down a level 1 pillar. And with that, you can climb onto his back. When you are on his back, you are considered in his blind spot. And while in his blind spot, that is just the same as attacking from the rear. So things like backstab from our Sophia, if she's on top, she still gets that effect of being backstabbing, but she's in the blind spot, so while in that blind spot, you cannot be targeted at all. And then, as you can see on the board, there are these other characters, which they are called minions here. The ones with any colored base are going to be the gluttons. Any of the gray models with no base on them, no colored base, those are going to be the Knights of the Order. So they do not have full activation. They do have the events, but that just kind of says what happens during the event and what they do. But they ultimately don't have a deck of health, basically. When you kill a Knight of the Order by just doing 1 damage, so the Gluttons are 4 and the Knights of the Order 4, so as long as you do 4 damage, you kill them. The Knights of the Order will be removed from the board, and they are going to spawn in this area and this area throughout the scenario. The Gluttons, however, if you destroy them or kill them, their model just lays down and become inactive. Then one of their activations will just be to reactivate wherever they are. As you can see, we do have 2 that are down. So those are 2 inactive Gluttons, and we have 1 there and 1 in the corner over there that are already active. And then let's go ahead and look at his card here. He's got Destroyer. Whenever Cerberus steps into an area, he shoves any objects in it as he moves, inflicting 4 damage to the characters among them. Furniture and stairs are destroyed. When he destroys a palisade, he suffers 1 wound and stops his movement. Stepped on buildings are also destroyed after the objects are shoved. So basically, anytime he moves around, he's just going to be destroying anything in his path as he goes. And then his other is Cerberus does not turn around when attacked from behind. So normally when you attack him, he will come and face you. He does not turn at all because he's got 3 heads, I guess. I don't know. But he doesn't. He's abstinent. Yeah. Also, we were instructed to pull the Taming Cerberus objective, which says, when the hound is weakened, you can tame the beast. Whenever Cerberus suffers a wound after applying it, if his deck has 5 action cards or less, the caravan can read Final Scene, The Guardian Reborn, on page 80 of the Book of Chronicles. Alright, so that pretty much just took away 5, where this one is just normal defeat him. So it sounds like taming it is really our only option, because unless we did like 6 damage at once. But basically, we are just going to tame him as our main objective. It sounds like what I'm going to try to do. Because basically that's 5 less health, and we are going to do awesome here. Knock on wood. Alright, so we're going to look at the characters here. We were able to upgrade one of the cards here. So I'm going to get rid of Nest, which is you receive Invigorate 3 to receive Empowered 2 for the number of equipment levels. We are getting rid of that one there, but we are gaining Gleaming Trap. You receive Empowered 2, you set a trap within range 1. If you're not on ground, you set this trap within range 3. You may discard a Finding card you are holding to draw another Findings card, which we are all holding Findings cards, so that will actually come in handy. So we'll go ahead and shuffle that into his deck here. Give that a little truffle shuffle. Shout out to Meet Me at the Table. Then for the artist here, we're getting rid of Escape Artist because I don't think he is gonna hold us. So I'm getting rid of Escape Artist. And I upgraded to a level 2 that says you make a melee attack with a +2 dice, and as a collateral effect, you can exchange a maneuver card in your hand for 1 from the discard pile, and resolve this effect before the counterattack. So that might come in handy, we'll see, but I like that melee attack with a +2 dice there. So we'll go ahead and give her a nice little truffle shuffle and draw 4 cards. So our health is actually looking pretty good here because we had a lot of awesome things. Annabelle has 4 willpower tokens, which she could use to use an ability twice. Alright, so we start off by taking one by, now I forgot the name of it, preparing one, and they each get 1 to use there. However, we do have a wound on Gaddisa already because we did get hurt pretty bad at one point. But it is now our turn to go ahead and do something. So what I'm going to do right off the bat here is I'm actually going to use this Water of Cocytus, which does say, as a free action, discard this card to expiate 1, or as a companion champion, receives restore 1. Basically, that means right away, this is a findings card that we got. So right away, we get to get rid of that wound, which is super nice. So now we don't have to worry about that. And I'm going to do something here. This feels very cheaty. Well, cheaty just because it's super strong, just because we have a companion here. So we're going to do reprimand here, which says you receive inspire 1, then inflict 7 damage to a malefactor within range 2. You may discard as many inspired tokens as you want to inflict an additional 4 damage for each token discarded. So we are going to activate that one right there. So we get 1 inspired token, and we do 7 damage to the malefactor within range 2, which everyone's within range 2 of him. So within range 2, and right away does 1 damage without even thinking about it, which is awesome. We'll place that up there for our discard pile. All right. I didn't think I shuffled those, so I just shuffled them up real quick after we did that damage. Now, this is what I feel is a little cheaty, but it's what happened. I'm really not cheating, but it's kind of intense. So I'm going to flip one of my willpowers, which you could only use 1 every round. So I'm going to flip that over so I could take this off, which basically means I could place it down again, which, what am I going to do? I'm going to do another reprimand, which lets me inspire 1, do 7 damage, but now wait, I'm doing 7 damage. Once again, I can discard an inspired token, and for every one I discard, I do 4 extra damage. So I'm going to discard both of these to do 8 damage, plus the 7. So I do another 2 damage without even rolling any dice. Straight up, 3 damage out of the gate. Love it! All right, so that was some awesomeness there. However, that was 2 and 2. So we are going to remember to do this time. But that definitely puts the devotee at the very tippy top. For sure. All right, let's see what else we want to do here. Now that our main attacker, our devotee, has just obliterated him. Oh, I love it. I love it. Let's see here. And if you remember, I'll show right here on the screen, we actually have a updated version of Gadisa, and I'm trying to do the most. So I'll put it up on the screen right here to show the upgraded version of this Gadisa that we have, because I'm trying to play the most up-to-date version. So this is going to be the updated version of him. That does say plus 7 dice there on the bottom, and our Sundering Strike right now says plus 5 dice bonus. So we're going to do our Sundering Strike here, which our attack, I can't really see that, but it is 4 base dice plus the 7, so that's 11 dice for our attack. However, we are going to have to move here first. So we're going to have Gadisa here, move 1 space. So we will have to take 1 vigor for that movement. But now we're in range to attack. So we will take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 dice. And we will roll these 11 dice. Now, as a reminder here, he does need 7 for 1 wound, and his threshold is 2. So 2 fails or 2 misses, and he will retaliate. So let's see what we can do with 11 dice here. Boop. Ooh, okay. Only 2. Only 2. Do we have any? Whenever you make an attack, before the roll, you may suffer stun 1 to receive invigorate 3. Okay, nope. So I don't have anything to reroll, so I will keep those 2, which 2 is just a normal retaliation with no pluses, so that's great. So now we need to make 7, so 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, oh, 6. No way, we're 1 off from doing 2 wounds. Oh man, and there's no rerolls. There's nothing that you girls can do about it. Ah, so close. Oh well. Okay, so we did do 1 wound. However, it is going to retaliate. So we'll do the back. Growl. Champions in Cerberus' blind spot are knocked down unless they succeed on an attribute test of 9. Face the fiercest champion at any range. So no one is in his blind spot. He's facing everyone. So the fiercest champion, which is Gadisa, had to move up twice. So 1, 2. So Gadisa is the fiercest champion right now. And then afflict X base damage on that champion. X being equal to 2 plus the number of sync cards in their hand and on their board. Okay, so just 2 damage to Gadisa. So we will go from 7 down to 5. For retaliation, not too bad. And we'll place that 4th wound right there. All right. Now we've got our 2 other characters here. So I'm not going to do much here for Caden. What I'm going to do here, oh, he has 7. What I'm going to do here is ambush. You receive invigorate 2. So I will invigorate 2. My fierceness goes up 0. You set a trap within range 1. If you are not on the ground level, set this trap within range 3 instead. So I am going to set a trap here, and I'm going to place that trap right there, hoping that he's just going to go straight forward to us. Oh, also I wanted to show, we have this miniature here. This is going to be, what's his bucket? Dante. Man, I don't know why I couldn't remember his name. So this is going to be, don't do that. So this is going to be Dante. This is miniature for Dante, right? If the Cerberus attacks him, he's going down. So we want to get him out of the way, but if we all stay within this row, hopefully the Cerberus will come in. If he steps in that area, he gets 1 wound automatically. So let's hope he does that. But that is going to be everything for Caden here. Now, she's the last one to go here that can go. So this is what I'm going to do actually, is I'm going to do performance. Copy a maneuver that is on another champion's board or belongs to another companion and do that. And everything is going to match that. So what are we going to do? We're going to do the reprimand. So he does raise it by 2, which does make her the most fierce champion. And then she's going to inspire 1, which can be used for rerolls, I believe. So it's not a reroll. It's when you roll, you can make a fumble into a double hit, which would have been really nice for this last attack with Gadisa. So that's awesome. She's got a inspire, and then she will do 7 damage. So we will do the 5th damage here straight up with nothing. So we just did 5 damage with 1 retaliate, which only did 2 damage. I love this. Let's see what he's going to do here. All right. So he is going to move 2, approaching the fiercest champion, which right now is the artist. So we're just going to move around to make sure he steps into that trap without hurting everyone else, because he does do 4 damage everyone he walks through. So we're going to move him over there. So Gadisa takes 1. Basically, everyone is going to move 1. Annabelle's going to move 1 off to the side. Caden is going to move over here, and Sophia is going to move over here, and then we're going to move Dante over here as well. Oh, nope. I have to put Sophia back here. So he'll still go forward. Actually, I get to decide. I am going to put him right there because I can make him come there, and this also does 1 damage to them. All right, this is gonna be sweet. I feel like I don't know. I can't speak too soon, but I'm liking this. I'm liking our chances here already. All right, so I am going to. Oh, everyone needs to take 1 vigor or decrease 1 vigor for their movement. We already did Gadisa. That was for our movement to get out of the way. Now that is going to be the end of our turn. So we're going to come here and we're going to read. Now you'll understand my movement here. Move 2 with climb, approaching the fiercest champion at any range. This might trigger 1 destroyer and 2 immortals, which that's not a thing anymore. So move 2 with climb. So we're going to go. So the artist is the most fierce. The artist is here behind that pillar. She's right there. So he's going to go 1. Now to go either way is going to be the same. So I'm going to choose that he goes this way. He takes 1 damage from the trap and another damage from the trap from the spikes. But he still does face that way. So he will take 2 more damage, so we'll discard this card once we're done with it. And then that gets placed right there. And then if there are any champions within range 1 of Cerberus, inflict 4 damage on the fiercest among them, which there is 1 within range 1. So we'll inflict 4 damage. Ooh, that's actually going to hurt a little bit. So we'll go to 6 down to 2 for 4 damage. Wait, oh, sorry, this is the one we're doing. But it's still the same thing. Within range 1, inflict 4 damage. That champion suffers stun 2 unless they suffered a wound due to this action. Sorry, if you want to see that. So now we're on this one. That champion suffers stun 2 unless they suffered a wound to this action, which we did not. So basically what that means is this gets discarded and we place a readiness token there, and this gets put in the discard pile there. And that means when we ready next time, we can only play 1 card next time, which for her is actually okay because she can combo, which is not too bad actually. All right, and then we're going to place this card in the wound pile, since we did 2 wounds with the traps. And all right, round 1. Oh, that was here. Now we got to go to the Knights of the Order, which is each Knight of the Order moves 2, approaching the closest champion. If the caravan has the discover card of the enemy, they approach Cerberus instead. So moves 2. We have a knight order here. 1. The closest champion we get to decide. Ooh, which he can't go to either one of those, actually. Oh, no, yes, he can. Oh, he's going to kill Sophia, because that's the only place he can go. Oh, you can't even see him on those stairs of greatness. And then step 2, each knight. Oh, we forgot to move this one. Moves 2. 1, 2, can't get to anyone. Now each knight inflicts 4 damage on each enemy and glutton in the area where they are. The enemy is the character they have approached. Damage inflicted by more than one knight at the same character is added and applied. So he is doing 4 damage to Sophia, which Sophia only has 2, so she is going to take a wound, which this early on kind of sucks. But so we'll place a wound on her, and then she will go back up to 6 vigor, and then amass 2 and return this card to the bottom of the deck. After resolving it, shuffle this confrontation deck. Oh, so we're going to shuffle the deck every time. But amass means that we are summoning, summoning 2 more, and they summon here and here. All right, so we amass 2. We'll put this at the bottom. I don't know why it says put it at the bottom. Shuffle this confrontation deck. Whoops. So we'll just shuffle that, put it at the bottom, and then shuffle it. So each time we could get that one again, I guess, technically. All right, now let's see what the gluttons do. Each raised glutton moves 1 towards the fiercest character at any range. Cerberus will be the fiercest character if he has more action cards in his deck than the total champion's vigor points. Minions will never be the fiercest characters. Total vigor points. We have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep. He's got 18 cards left. We have more than 18. So each of them will move 1. So this one will move 1 there. And this one will move there. Take 2 damage, or is it 4 damage? Hold up. So yeah, it's just 2 damage. So he'll just come down to there, trying to get to Sophia. Oh no, Sophia's not the most fierce anymore. Now it is Gadissa. So the glutton is actually going to come to here. All right. Each raised glutton inflicts 4 damage on each other character that is not a glutton in the area where they are. Damage inflicted by more than one glutton out of the same character is added and applied at once. Whoa. So that means those 3 characters are going to get hit for 4. I should have looked at what happens here. So everyone but Gadissa takes 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. This whole thing about being easy, yeah, I take that back. Then raise up to 3 fainted gluttons, which we just have these 2. 1 and 2. We'll raise them up, and then return this card to the bottom of the deck after resolving it. So we'll take this and put it at the bottom of the deck here. All right, finally that is over. Whew, buddy. So we are alive, but we got a wound, and everyone is like down, not doing so hot here. So first thing that we'll do with all of our characters here is we are going to get ready, prepare one of these each, give each one of them a second one, take those things off, and we're going to draw back up to our hand size of 4 for each of these characters here. All right. So once again, the first thing that we're going to do here is Annabelle is going to move 1 space. So she does have to go down to 1 vigor. And the first thing I'm going to do is Invigorating Prayer. You receive Inspire 1. Inspire 1. Then you or another champion within range 2 receive Invigorate 3. So I'm going to Invigorate myself. 1, 2, 3. That cost did 2 on the fierceness track. So DVOT goes back to the top there. And that was everything with that. Now I'm going to do Reprimand, which I gain another inspired token. Then I do 7 damage, and I'm going to discard both of those to do 8 more damage, so 2 wounds. So we'll discard 2 wounds here. Booyah. And she's already the fiercest, so nothing changed there. But wait, we're not done. We're coming back here. We're going to get rid of a willpower token to take one of these away, so I can place it on there again, get another inspired token, and do 7 damage, which is 1 more wound, going down, getting close here. We are down to 15 cards here. I think we've already done 10 damage. Yep, we've done 10 damage. We have 10 damage left, because we only need to get down to 5 cards. So we're halfway there already. Let's just see if we can do it without everyone dying. So that was Annabelle. Once again, her thing's already the most fierce, so nothing happens with that. Now, we're going to do Provoke. You receive Invigorate 4. So I'll go to 4 to 8, and you get to empower 2. So we will empower 2. Let's zoom in here. There we go. And then until the end of the round, your marker cannot move down. So fierceness goes up 3, but really just this 1. And now he will always be the most fierce champion no matter what we do, but he does have the most health, so hopefully that'll be okay. So what I'm actually going to do, Annabelle has this card here that says Invigorate for 6, which is a finding card. So I'm going to spend 1 vigor to send this over to Sophia and use it right away to discard it and invigorate 6, so she's up to 8 as well. All right, those finding cards can really be helpful like that. All right, let's see what we want to do here now. So actually what I'm going to do here, I'm going to have Sophia play a switcheroo. You swap with another champion at any range. Ooh, maybe, wait. I don't want to do that, actually. No, because that does not help her out. Ooh. So I'm going to play this Magistral Stab. You make a melee attack with a +2 dice bonus. Collateral effect, you can exchange a maneuver card in your hand for one in the discard pile. So I can get that performance back if I hit. I've got a +2, 3, so I only have 5 dice. Oh, wait. But first, I am moving 1. Nope, I lied. I'm not going to do that one. So I didn't use a vigor because I'm going to play this Flourish. You move 1 with climb, which allows me to move 1 and climb up onto his back. So I'm in his blind spot now. And then you make a melee attack with a +1 die bonus if you change levels, which I did. This attack receives a +2 dice bonus, so a +3. And then I get to move afterwards if I need to. So I am going to, so I have 3, 4, 5, 6 dice here. And because this is in his blind spot, it is considered the back. And during the back, sturdiness is down 1, so I just need 6 to hit. All right, yes. Sophia coming in clutch again. There's 2, 4, 6. So that's 1 wound. 2, that's not another wound, but only 1, so there is no counterattack. So we'll just do 1 straight up damage, which is awesome. Now what I'm going to do, and she goes up 1 to there because of that flourish. And then I'm going to spend 2 vigor so I can play on top, which is you swap with another champion at any range. You and that champion receive empower 2. So I'm going to come from here, and I'm going to switch up Kaden here. So Kaden is now in the blind spot, and she's back there, and we both gain empower 2, which I'm just going to use my empower 2 real quick because I comboed. You make a melee attack. So I got 2, 3, 4, 5. So once again, I got 5 dice here, but I'm actually going to attack that glutton up there. So, and the glutton only needs 4 and cannot retaliate. So with 5 dice, I just need to get 4. Oh, yeah, and I way overkilled him. 2, 4, 6, 7. Nice. But as a reminder, they just lay down. They do not go off the board, but he inactivates, basically meaning that so he can't attack. So that was perfect. Now Kaden, he is going to do a precise shot. Precise shot says you make a range attack with a bonus of +2 dice and precision. If you are above your target, this attack receives additional 2 dice for a total of 4, and I've got 2 in power. So here's another update that I don't have the actual card for. They actually have changed precision. Before there was no counterattack whatsoever. Now what they've done, they've added a number after the precision, and that increases the threshold of what it is. So this card now is +2 dice and precision 2. So what this is going to do, this is going to change this attack. It's going to change that threshold from 2 up to 4 because it's a precision 2. Once again, I know this card doesn't actually say it, but I'm trying to play with the most updated stuff that I've seen. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dice with precision 2. So we will gain 9 dice, and 9. Now 4 fumbles is what is going to cause a counterattack. So let's just hope we don't get 4 of them. Yes! We only got 2, so no counterattack, but we got 2, 4, 6, and 7 with 2 left over, which will be another wound with no counterattack because of that precision. Awesome, but his fierceness does go up 1, which is down here. So he will go up 1. And then I'm going to do a powerful shot here. So I'm going to discard distract because I have to discard a maneuver card from my hand. And you make a range attack with a +4 dice bonus. If you are above your target, you receive an addition of 2 dice for a total of 6 dice. Whoops. Sorry, you can't see that. Powerful shot, that's what I was doing. Now, it did say because if you're on top, it still counts as above the target because we're above the feet. So we're still above the target here. So 6, 7, 8, 9 more dice. We're going to do 9 dice again for this attack. Now, this one, the threshold is 2 here. So we could very likely get a counterattack on this one for sure. Which we did get a counterattack, but only with no positives. We got 2, 4, 6, 7, and 4, so close. Ooh, actually, I could take 2 vigor to make it not happen. But he only has 2 vigor, or 4 vigor. That would put him down to 2 vigor. But he's not going to be, because, so even though this does, you're supposed to go up 3, because of Gadasa, he's only going here because Gadasa is always going to be the most fierce due to his ability that he used. But, you know what, I'm going to take that 2 vigor because he's probably going to do more than 2 damage. So I'll take that 2 vigor to reroll one of these dice here. All right. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I couldn't have gotten it anyways. All right. So there's no counterattack. We do 1 damage. So we'll take that off. He has 12 cards left, so only 7 more damage. Hopefully we'll survive this next go round. I'm going to look at see what he does to make sure we get everyone out of the way as we need to. All right. So that is, oh no. Gadasa still has 1 more action here. Where is Gadasa? Gadasa's over there. So Gadasa is going to move 1 so he can get within range, melee range there. And then he's going to do the Sundering Strike again, which is +7 dice. And his normal is 4. And then he's got 2 in power. So 4, 5, 6, +7 is 13 dice. This counterattack's gonna hurt. That's all I'm gonna say. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So 13 dice here. If we could at least do 2 wounds, that would make me happy. But I'm afraid he's really just gonna destroy us right here. So we will go here. Oh, so we got a counterattack with a +3, and we only did 1 wound. 2, 4, 6, 7. That was a 1 and 4. Yep, and there's nothing we could do about that. So we do 1 wound, but he does counterattack. Champions in Cerberus' blind spot are knocked down unless they succeed on an attribute test 9, aggression or prowess. So Caden is on top, and we're both of those prowess and aggression on both at 2, so it doesn't matter. Attribute test 9. So what that means is I have to roll 9 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 dice. And if I get 2 or less fumbles, because my aggression is 2, if I get 2 or less, then I am not knocked down. Which I got 3, so I am definitely knocked down. So knocked down just means I move 1 space aside, but I'm going to catch myself on that pillar so I don't take any falling damage. So basically he bucks me off and I jump onto that pillar. I love that. And then face the fiercest champion at any range. So face the fiercest champion at any range, which Gadasa is the fiercest champion, so he will just rotate there. Inflict X base damage on that champion, X being equal to 2 plus the number of sing cards in their hand. There's no sing cards. Base damage is 2. We have I already got rid of it, but we did have a +3 to this, so 5 damage to Gadasa, which he's at 7. So 5 damage, he will go down to 2. Whoo, buddy. Good thing that he had that Invigorate 4. And then that was everything for his Retaliate. So we'll discard that card because we still did that damage. Now I'm going to see what he does, and we're going to move accordingly. So to end here, so Caden only has 2 vigor left, so he can only move 1 space. So he's going to move back here, and we're going to take 1 vigor for that. All right, I think that's everything. I'm pretty sure everyone is going to take a wound this turn. If those Knights of the Order and the Gluttons do anything similar, I mean, everyone is hurting pretty bad here. So we'll see what happens. That is the end of our turn, right? Nothing else we wanted to do. Oh, I forgot that Sophia had that Inspire token, which I wonder if that could have changed anything. I don't know. Oh well. We'll hopefully use it next go round. All right, so we've got move 2 with climb approaching the fiercest champion at any range. So once again, Gadasa is the next champion, and he does hit this Knights of the Order and kills him because he does 4 damage and they only have 4 sternness. However, he's also going to hit Gadasa so he's going to move over and take 4 damage, but if you remember, he only has 1, so he will go down to 0. He will take a wound and go back up to 6 vigor, and he will become the least fierce champion. But he does step on the other trap of the other spikes right there. So we'll just discard this when we're done. All right, so that was number 1. Number 2, if there are any champions within range 1 of Cerberus, inflict 4 damage on the fiercest among them, which both Gadasa and Sophia are within range 1, and that's it. So Sophia is definitely the most now because he's the least. So Sophia will take 4 damage, going down to 2. Then that champion suffers stunned 2 unless they suffered a wound due to this action. They did not suffer a wound, so we will get stunned 2, which means these will get discarded, and that will be placed like that. And then that was their action, so that's get discarded because of that damage there. Now let's see what the Knights of the Order do. Each Knight of the Order moves 2, approaching the closest champion. If the caravan has a discovery card enemy, they approach Cerberus instead. So Knights of the Order, we got 1. Oh man, we got 1 and we got 1. All right, so one of them doesn't get to it. 2 of them get to Annabelle. Annabelle's gonna be hurting here because each knight inflicts 4 damage on each enemy and gluttons in the area where they are. Too bad there's no gluttons in any of those areas. That's kind of sad because that could have helped. Inflicting more than 1 knight at the same time. So these 2 inflict 8 damage on Annabelle, but Annabelle only has 3, so she will go down to 0. She will take a wound, and I'll place it on that one, and then she'll go back up to 6. And then she becomes the least fierce champion. And then we'll amass 2, which we only have 1 off the board, so we'll spawn 1 here. And then return this card to the bottom of the deck and shuffle it afterwards. So I wonder if that was actually the same one or not, or if there's multiple of them. I'm not sure. But we will shuffle up, give this thing a good old truffle shuffle here, as it stated. And now we'll see what the gluttons do. Each raised glutton moves 2 towards the fiercest character at any range, which is Caden. Cerberus will be the fiercest character if he has more action cards. Ooh, in his deck more than the total of the vigor. Oh, they just raised, so we got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, he's got less than 16, so we are the target here. So let's move each of the active 2 towards the fiercest champion, which is Caden here. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So all 3 of them are there with Caden. Each raised glutton inflicts 4 damage on each other character that is not a glutton in the area where they are. Damage inflicted by more than 1 glutton on the same character is added and applied at once. However, so we are doing 4, 8, 12 damage. However, we are on a pillar, so I'm going to have all the damage taken to the pillar. Oh, no, that doesn't really matter. That sucks. So what you can do, you could have all the damage applied to the pillar, and then you just take fall damage because it gets destroyed, and so then you go off to the side and you take 2 fall damage. However, if you look at Caden's only got 2 vigor. So that 2 falling damage is still going to give him a wound. So we'll just take all of that damage. It doesn't matter. We'll go down to there. We'll take a wound and then raise up to 2 fainted gluttons, which he's our only fainting glutton, not gluttons, gluttons. And then return this card to the bottom of the deck after resolving it. So we'll place that back to the bottom of that deck there. All right, we survived. We did get, yeah, everyone has a wound now. Everyone's got at least 1 wound. However, I feel okay about that because we're just trying to tame him. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We only have 5 damage left to do. And you'll see how this is going to be too easy. So, and he goes back up to 6, and he will now become the least fierce champion. Yeah, everyone but Sophia got a wound that time. Because Sophia already had a wound. But, so we have that. Then we will ready ourselves. Sophia still only has 1 maneuver card to use. All right, so here's how we're going to do this. What are we going to do? We're going to reprimand him. So, but first thing, I'm actually going to invigorate prayer. I really don't want to invigorate myself or another champion within range 2. So yeah, I'm going to, so Sophia is within range 2. So I'm going to receive Inspire 1 and Invigorate 3 to Sophia. So Sophia goes up to 5. And then, yeah, that's it. Now, what I'm going to do is Reprimand. So I get another Inspired token, do 7 damage, but I'm going to discard 2 to do another 8 damage. So that's 2 wounds here. 1 and 2. Now wait, there's twice as much here. I'm going to use a willpower token. So I take that away, put that back on, get another inspired token, spend both of these tokens to do an extra 8. So I do another 2 damage. Boom! I just did 4 damage without any type of retaliate. There's only 6 cards left now. So all we have to do is 1 more damage and we could tame the beast. I don't know if there's gonna be if it's just an ending or if we have to do something to tame it. I don't know, but this is awesome. Oh, I forgot to discard all those cards. And we do need to draw the cards for these guys. So Caden does have to take 1 Sin card to draw, and he got Abstain. When a malefactor at any range is about to counterattack, you may recall 1 and cancel that counterattack. Okay, you receive recall 1 and you cancel that attack. Recall, if I remember right, he's taking a maneuver card off. I'll have to double check that. But that will be nice. Now, she draws, but she does not need to take a Sin card yet. All right, that means this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Gadasa here. Let's see. Yep. I am going to do my Sundering Strike, which is 7 plus 4, which is 11 dice. And I have that Abstain from Caden that I could cancel a counterattack. So let's see, they got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 dice. All right, all we need is 1 wound here. Whoop, that was a 1. Oh, no way, there's not even a counterattack. Oh, that was awesome. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4. So we definitely do 1 with no counterattack. So we discard that. Whenever Cerberus suffers a wound after applying it, if his deck has 5 action cards or less, and we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 action cards, the caravan reads the final scene, Guardian Reborn, on page 80 in the Book of Chronicles. The Guardian Reborn. Screams of euphoria and terror reverberate through the stands and joins Apicius's laughter. The gourmet who was looking forward to a spectacle of blood, guts, and suffering could not be more satisfied. But you have to come to ruin all the fun. Taking advantage of a moment of weakness triggered by a well-targeted blow, the outlaw plucks a handful of the mud and hell that covered the third circle and shapes it into a perfect ball in the blink of an eye. Without hesitation, the rebel throws the deadly projectile at the creature, aiming at a clear target. The open maw that moans in pain and anger. You did what the Khan asked, and as soon as the ball of mud went down the monster's throat, his pupils shine again and his eyes emptied by madness. In fact, every carnival has its end. Apicius, you bastard! The monster speaks in a triplet voice when he regains his sense, a skill he learned in the midst of chaos. Now you will see! I will make a cushion out of your leather! Anger foamed around his mouth. As for you, heads turn. I see that you follow the authority of the high power, and therefore it is my blessing to put an end to this transgression. Now go, because it is time for my feast to begin. You then abandon the carnage and head to the fourth circle, even though the curiosity urges you to stay just a little longer, enough to spy on the Romans' fate. The caravan wins the confrontation. Take the level 1 Sacred Treasure deck from the caravan box and place it on the table. Each champion chooses 2 of these cards and takes them. So that's a new thing as well, which we don't have on here because we just have the first 3 scenarios. If the caravan has Signor Siaco, we do not. Read additional, otherwise proceed to the game save instructions. So this is just how you save it. All right. That was probably the most tame battle I've had. So this is my third time battling Cerberus. Usually this board is like totally destroyed because he's moving up and down and all over the place. But I'm sorry, that reprimand was so cheaty because it did, first time I did 3, then another 3, and then 4, so 6. So I did 10 damage with no chances of a counterattack. 10 damage out of 25, out of 20, I guess. Like, we did half the damage without anything. I think that might be a little broken, that reprimand, because that was, or maybe that's just how it works, because it ended up being her that got all the willpower tokens. That was just because of those willpower tokens. If I didn't have those, I would have done like 4, maybe 5 damage. So maybe that's just luck of the draw and the roll, I guess, that she got all those willpower tokens. that is definitely part of it. But either way, that was amazing. I had so much fun with that one. And Dante is still alive. He didn't get killed at all. So I'm happy about that. Other than that, let me know how you like this playthrough. If you like this playthrough, go ahead and subscribe and like this video. Go ahead if you haven't watched all my other playthroughs of this game to decide whether or not this game is for you. Other than that, I will see you later.